Now we are going to do a review on the Electrolux electric dryer. Now this dryer is available in gas or electric, but this is an electric dryer in this case. So we're going to do a review on it, so let's get started. So first we are going to look inside. The door has a reflection. You can see inside. And we did a review on the washer, so this is the matching set. And then let's open up the dryer. Here's the door handle. Again, the door is reversible, so which means you can put it over here. And then here's the latch. Here's where the latch goes into. Here is the control for the light. Just hold it down and it'll turn off like the door is closed. And then on the inside, it's got an LED light. And here's what the inside of the dryer looks like. Stainless steel drum, large paddles, and the exhaust looks very similar to a Samsung dryer exhaust. Here's the steam nozzle. It's gold, very cool. And then it has a light. And then here's the lint filter. See, of course, this lint filter does open. Like you just have to push this tab, and then the lint filter will open up there again. There we go. So the lint filter opens, which is a very cool thing. I'm a huge fan of this. So LG, Samsung, and GE do have something similar in their front-load style dryers of this. But it is I am a huge fan of it. Like, on some dryers, the lint filter doesn't open and the lint does get all down there. But with this lint filter, it's much different. It catches the lint, which is very cool. It actually does with this lint getting down there. And then the lint filter goes into its place in here. And that's the inside of the dryer. Close it, the light will turn off. And then the Electrolux logo, Lux Care Dry, and Predictive Dry. Moving on to the controls. You have the power button, the knob, again very similar to the LCD screens that LG is using on their laundry machines. Cycles, you got heavy and towels, allergen, normal, active wear, mixed load, 15-minute fast dry, delicate, time dry, and instant refresh. And then over here you have the temperature, your dryness level, your time dry, your options, and your mute/unmute sound, start, pause button, and cancel. So let's go ahead and turn on the dryer. So welcomes us with the song again. And then here's what it looks like. And then here's what the machine looks like when it's powered on. The controls. And we're going to go to the cycle time. So first we're going to start with heavy/towels. And with default settings, it shows 75 minutes. 1 hour and 15 minutes. And over here you got your temperature. So the temperature, you can adjust it. On most dryers, you don't usually get to adjust the temperature. On this one you can. It only lets you go sanitize high or normal temperature, not low or air dry. Okay, dryness level. Again, max to normal dry, and time dry. This is a sensor dry dryer, so it's on the auto dry, and it's going to figure out how much time it needs to dry. And the options, can select anti-static. That makes the dryer temperature go down, and the time. Eco turns off everything, and it makes the dryer go down, and the timer up to 80 minutes. Regular release turns it off, and cancel. So these are the default settings for 75 minutes. Without any extra options, it's the same thing. Default settings. But then with sanitized temp, it's 110 minutes, 70 minutes. That's basically heavy slush towel cycle. Now we have allergen. Never have I seen an allergen cycle on the dryer. But anyways, default settings, 99 minutes. Temperature, can I adjust? Nope. I can't adjust the temperature. Dry, I can't adjust. Type auto sensor dry is on, so I can't adjust any modifiers. But let's see about here. Can only do extended tumble. Then the wait time goes up to 12 hours. Yep, that's the dryer. So that's the allergen cycle. Now let's go to normal dry cycle. Here are your default settings. Let's see what the temperature can do. So it lets you go to normal or low dry temperature, dryness level. It lets you go to everything. Max is 80 minutes. Again, all those sensor dry. Perfect steam you can turn on. So it's anti-static, but Eco Dry turns off everything and it shows 1 hour and 1 minute, 100 minutes. And then without any extra options, it's still 55 minutes. And that's the normal cycle. Active wear. So, see temperature, or I'll let you go to medium or low temperature, because normal is basically medium temperature. Dryness level, we'll let you go from high to less dry. Again, sensor dries on. You can turn on Eco Dry. You can do the wait time or control lock. And that is, then take this away. Default settings is 35 minutes. Mixed load. Default settings is 30 minutes. Temperature can go from low to high temperature. You can only go up to high dryness level. Again, sensor dry is on. Perfect steam you can turn on. Takes the time to go up and turns off everything. And cancel that. 30 minutes again. 15-minute fast dry. So temperature you can't do. None of these you can't. None of the modifiers you can do. Options. Extended tumble. So it's the wait time. But yeah, 15-minute fast dries. You can't adjust anything except turn on some one option. Delicate cycle. The delicate cycle default with a low. Here are the default settings. It shows 25 minutes. See about temperature. You can't change the temperature. Can change the dryness up to normal dry. Sensor dries on. Perfect steam can turn on. Anti-static. Again, Eco Dry turns off everything. And those are the options you can select. 5 minutes. Time dry. So this is manual dry. So dryness level is not available, but you can change the dryness temperature. So you can do it up to sanitized dry. You can't change the time, but let's see. So high, normal. So you can adjust the time. But yep, so it's manual dry. Options. And that's basically time dry. What? Take that away. 30 minutes is default setting. And then instant refresh. So that is the steam cycle. You can't change the temperature. You can't do anything but perfect steam. They'll do an instant refresh for 10 minutes. And that's really all the cycles. Now for the final thing, you can turn off the sound. So hold this down and the cymbals should come on. So like that. When that cymbal's on, won't make any sounds. That's the same for the washer. Then you do this. Then you hold down the same button to turn on the sound. And yep. So that is the Electrolux dryer. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you all did, make sure you give it a like and also subscribe to my channel. Now I will see you guys next time.